All right, Ian.
Yes.
You know we're the official Battle Royale podcast, correct?
We are. So we've got to talk about
We have to.
Fortnite's first big tournament.
And we talked about Epic Games rolling out tons of cash for this last year.
We did. We talked about it early on, and boy, did they actually roll out that cash. So basically, Kyle Booga Giersdorf here, a 16-year-old, came in first and took home $3 million in grand prize money.
$3 million.
We'll talk more about him in a minute, but I would like to mention he's not the only one who went home with cash.
Real quick, that's the biggest payout ever.
It's the biggest payout ever
for esports.
Absolutely the biggest. In second place, 24-year-old Harrison Salm Chang won $1.8 million.
Wow.
Epic Whale took third place.
I like that.
It says he has not publicly disclosed his name. Took $1.2 million. Fourth place, Nate Kryoko took 18. He was 18. He took $1.05 million. And then it says lower. There was a fifth place winner.
They got like $900,000 or
it was
something.
South America. Yeah, 13-year-old Thiago Lap won $900 million.
13.
No one in the tournament, period, walked out of there with less than $50,000. Everyone who participated, this is the...
So obviously it wasn't off the street. You had to qualify.
Everyone who participated in the games on Sunday. So if you made it to Sunday, my bad. So if you made it to Sunday, if you were playing on Sunday, including those who placed last with no points at all, took home at least $50,000 for playing.
Wow.
This makes it one of the biggest tournaments in esports so far. I'd love to know what was bigger, and there's going to be more this year.
Yeah, so this is what happens when you have a game that's a massive success that Epic can just throw tons of money at, because there's no way they would get the sponsorship money from regular sponsors. There's just no way they could justify it. It's insane. There's no tournament that will give you $50,000 for coming in last.
Right.
Doesn't happen with poker.
I was gonna say I can't think of literally anything that's gonna give you $50,000 for coming in last.
The World Series of Poker is $10,000 to enter, and only I think like 15% win any money. So
really
85% you lose your $10,000. When you get down to like 15% or so, 20%, then you start making 10, 20 grand. You start making money at that point. So that's usually how most tournaments work. Like most people don't get much at all. 50 grand for I obviously got to qualify, but 50 grand just for qualifying. Holy crap. That's a good payout, Epic.
Yeah.
How long will this last?
So there was an interesting quote from the fellow who took home second place. That was the Harrison Chang. And he said something about, I can't find the exact thing, but he mentioned that, so basically he was the oldest he was one of the oldest competing on Sunday.
It was like 25 probably.
Yeah.
26 and he's old.
24. He's 24. He was one of the oldest competing, and he said, it's great representing the old dudes. Experience and composure trump everything, but Fortnite is a young man's game.
Everything's a young man's game, though, because by the time you're in your 20s, you got a job. You can't practice playing Fortnite 10 hours, 12 hours a day. When you're 13, you could do that, especially in the summer or when you're on vacation, or if you're in college, you come back from class and play games. Once you get to a certain age, you have much less time to be a gamer, and especially professionally. This is why it's not happening now, it's starting to happen. We're going to get into a weird spot years from now, I think, where when stuff like this happens more and more, you're going to have this is all over major news. CNBC running this, local affiliates running this story.
It's a $3 million pool, or not even a pool, $3 million prize.
I had our rep for our podcast advertiser tell this to me on the phone. Did you hear about this $3 million Fortnite thing? So now that this happens, Ian, you're going to have a bad effect of parents. We talked this before about when it came up with train your kid to be better at games and pay.
I was going to bring it back up. Yeah.
Now you have a real incentive saying, wow, Timmy, you can win $3 million playing Fortnite. Don't play this other game. Play this free game and just play that. Or it'll encourage kids to think that they could do this as well when only 0.01% have a shot to win money. But you have millions of people playing it. But this is exactly what Epic wants, because this is how the game stays relevant and how they can make, $100 million a year on microtransactions.
You show a few people making millions, which for Fortnite is nothing. That's a drop in the bank. I think it's supposed to generate something like 5 mil a day, if not, it's got to be more than that. But so it's a drop in the bank. But yeah, you put 4 or 5 people up there who have all made close to $1 million or much more, and
it can happen to me. I can do this.
Right, and that gets people right back into
I can
playing.
I can
People
play.
who haven't been playing for a couple of months, I bet just out of curiosity's sake, are at least going to go back and play a few more games.
I can play pro baseball and make millions of dollars. I can be a singer. The difference between that is those are skills you can carry with you, and you can take things from them, or you can still persist. For a game like this, Fortnite, we don't know if this is going to be gone in 2 years. We have no idea. 3 years, this could be done. Or a different iteration of it, at least, that Epic will put out. They'll put out a sequel, Fortnite 2.
Call of Duty is nowhere near as big as it was. Unreal is dead. I mean, these things have problems.
There's a shelf life.
Yeah.
The good thing is that now that there's been such a game, this is a game that's only been out for less than 2 years still. I think it was in beta 2 years ago at this point.
October will be 2 years, if I recall.
So this is insane, but Epic has such a weird head start in terms of money that they can keep tossing money at this that they have in the vault in order to keep people playing it by giving these payouts to people. They're in a unique position to do this. But how long could it last? I have no idea. It's strange to think about, but this could be a dominating esport just because of the prize money alone. It could just, obviously it's a fun game, people like it, would have made the money if it wasn't fun. But it can now perpetuate, maybe self-perpetuate, based upon Epic just tossing millions of dollars into these tournaments, which they plan on doing. What did they commit? $100 million they committed? Is that what we talked about last year?
I believe so.
$100 million.
So,
commitment.
Let's see here. They made $2.4 billion in 2018 on Fortnite.
And that's not counting the first 7 months of this year. So that could be another billion, another billion.
Yeah. So I was trying. There was a stat going around for a while saying how much it made a day, and that's what I was trying to figure out.
So 100 million a month. That's actually too low.
However, yeah, when
Be 170 or so.
When Fortnite launched on the iPhone, it reportedly was making $2 million a day just on
the phone.
Just on the phone.
And these are microtransactions. These aren't even necessary.
They threw this tournament at like no loss to them.
No, there's no loss. 100 million. That's nothing to them. They can throw half a billion at this over the next 5 years, and
yeah,
and it's marketing. It's great the publicity, that the fact that random ass people in the middle of nowhere know about this game and know about this tournament, that more than paid for whatever prize money pool was total for this. What was it, if it was 10 million, whatever? That's nothing compared to the publicity they got from this. This is the smartest thing Epic could have possibly done. I'm just talking about long term. How is this bad for gaming in general, potentially? If all players are funneled to play this one game because they think they should, because they think they have a chance at this.
Well, I think at some point, it'll get too packed and people will just realize that it's overcrowded.
It's probably overcrowded right now.
Yeah,
it has to be.
And they'll try to find the next thing, but. Yeah, Epic is in that unique position. I can't think of any other game right now or on the horizon that could even come close to throwing this much cash at it.
No.
I mean, League of Legends and Heroes of the Storm weren't throwing anything near that, and those were like the popular...
Well, Heroes of the Storm is going to be done.
Well,
right?
it is done.
Yeah, but League of Legends at least is still around. Right?
What were StarCraft tournaments like in terms of payouts? I mean, I know those got pretty big.
I don't know, but
it's the. I mean, this is.
But at least those were organic, though. Those weren't like money just thrown into it to perpetuate them.
Sure.
I don't know how they did in South Korea. I'm sure that's where they probably did the most. I doubt that it was $50,000 just to qualify. Hell, I'll get into it. You want me to be a gamer, Ian? If you want $50,000 to qualify, I'll play some Fortnite. Some of my Unreal skills will transfer over to Fortnite, right? Some of them. Well, twitchy skills. They're all twitchy shooter skills, I guess.
Sure.
I never liked third-person shooters, though. Is there a first-person mode of Fortnite? Can I do a first-person? No?
No.
They want to see you build stuff?
It's third.
That's actually brilliant, too, though, for all the streamers and playback. You see the person moving around and getting killed. It's actually brilliant. Everything about Fortnite, how they designed it, is brilliant.
Well, also
it's goofy Nerf violence.
If there was a first-person mode, you wouldn't be able to stare at your sweet costume that you paid money for all the time.
They thought about it. Epic thought about it. They can't think about a new Unreal game, but they thought about everything else.
Yeah.
How about this, Epic? You throw 1% of this prize money into finishing the alpha version of the Unreal tournament you have that's been done for like 2 years. How about that?